Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for the Getting Together podcast. We took a small little break for fall break, and we are back now, and it's exciting because we have with us today Tesia Hurt.
Yeah,
it is going to be an exciting show. I know it's going to be an exciting show because we've already done this once, and we kind of messed up. We all messed up the recording. So yeah, it was Jer did it.
Jer messed
But I
it
am one of the hosts of the Getting Together podcast. My name is Jeremy Brinkerhoff, and this is
Ray Challinor.
Challinor,
Yes.
like chocolate.
Challinor.
Okay, Challinor,
Yes.
which I just learned, but thank you so much. I'm glad that I now have all the appropriate information of how to say your name.
You do.
Challinor.
Yes. And beautiful spray
Beautiful
you spray tanning.
Yes.
This is who you represent.
This is
you.
What she does.
Yeah, this is
boom.
Mic drop.
Yep. It's
Awesome.
not
Well,
who she
we're gonna get
is,
the mic
but
there,
what
but
she
Yeah,
does.
thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for
You're
doing it
welcome.
there.
Special things about my friend here
Yeah?
is she's a native Prescottonian.
Yep.
Okay.
And
story.
not just her, generational.
Yes. My daughter's the third generation to be born at YRMC. My mom, myself, and my daughter were all born at YRMC.
And your hubby.
awesome.
My husband too.
And your husband.
Yep.
Okay.
Wow.
3 months apart. He was. I'm not going to give you the year. But yes.
Keep you
We
guessing.
were all born at YRMC.
That's awesome.
Yes.
And
when
so
they
then
had a
did
delivery
you-
ward here.
And
Yes.
you stayed here in Prescott, or did you
We
grow
stayed.
up?
Yep.
Okay.
I went to school. We were in Prescott Valley.
Okay.
But graduated from Bradshaw. My husband also graduated from Bradshaw, and then
But you guys did not know each other.
we did not know. Well, like I said, like I said, the love story goes back. I mean, we did not know each other. He was a BMX biker.
Okay.
Legs.
Pedal kind.
With legs.
Not
hand
this
cycle,
is like the
BMX.
motorcycle.
Right.
This is the legs.
Yes.
And I was a theater nerd.
Okay.
Lettered in theater.
Lettered
Amen.
in theater.
Yes. And
How do you feel about
yes.
lettering in theater, Ray?
Let me tell
Ray?
you about.
Right,
First
make
of
sure we
all,
can hear you.
I didn't know that was a thing that
a
you
thing.
could
It
letter.
It is.
It
And it
should
should
be.
be.
Oh,
Should
man.
be.
Should.
I'm sandwiched. I'm in
is true.
between
Equal space.
the choral
Yes,
and
choral
theater
This
people
Yes.
Absolutely.
and band. Apparently.
band. Oh, yes.
Swisser stone.
The arts.
Swisser flute. Swisser's trombone.
Sissy, what was
Swasser.
The sissy phone.
The sissy phone.
Yep. The sissy phone.
phone.
Sousa.
Sousa.
Sousa phone.
Sousa.
John
I
Philip
don't believe
Sousa.
that's an actual thing.
Phone. Sousa phone.
No.
He
What
found-
child
Yes.
grows up and says,
Can I please play the
Can I-
sousaphone? Mom,
This-
please.
This guy.
I've always wanted to play the sousaphone.
No, the problem was I was a trumpet guy,
Okay. Yeah, that is a problem, actually.
but I didn't actually like practicing.
Right?
So then I was terrible, and I was always like last chair.
Yeah.
So then we had no tubas for the orchestra,
There's a
and they
reason
needed a
for that.
sousaphone for marching band.
Right. So you had to
And I'm
carry
like-
that thing?
I can play whole notes all day long.
Every
Can
day.
you?
That's me.
Boom.
No runs, no like.
Nope.
Yep, sousaphone's my thing.
Sousaphone it is.
So here I am,
Pretty much like
140
that.
pounds and 5'9", and I'm.
That sousaphone was bigger than you.
Oh
Yeah, for sure.
yeah.
And you were marching with it?
Oh yeah, absolutely marching with that.
Wow.
Upper
So
body
strong
strength
gust of
on
wind.
point.
Yeah, really good for the abs. Strong abs.
Strong abs. Core muscles
But
on
it didn't
fleek.
stop there because you're a community theater guy. So
I enjoy theater.
Your
I
last one was
enjoy
what now?
theater. My last one, I was the Trunchbull, Miss Trunchbull.
What was
Miss Trunchbull.
Right, Miss.
Yes,
Nice.
yes,
A female
Miss.
role.
A female role.
Yes.
Miss Trunchbull in a production of Matilda the musical, and it was really cool because we got to do it at the Elks. So it was really
well,
fun to
that'd be
perform
special.
When did
on
you
the
guys
Elks
perform
stage.
that?
It was right before
Yeah.
COVID,
Right,
so it was
right.
March.
Oh,
it was
so
actually
you're a little
March
rusty. Because this summer,
Oh.
I played the evil queen
Oh.
in Descendants.
you
Oh,
did?
nice.
She
Who
did
put
with
that
One
on?
Stage
Yeah.
Theater.
Okay.
But the Elks has been closed since
Oh,
COVID.
yeah.
So we did it at the high school,
Okay.
Ruth Street Theater.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's a
man.
cool place.
I hate that I missed that.
It was so fun. So my daughter does dance, and when she was like in
Where
fourth,
does she go for dance?
Lessons by Lexi.
Aw,
up at the mall.
Lexi.
Yep. And she in 4th grade, I was like, Maddie, you gotta try theater. Like I could tell this was something that she obviously has in her blood.
Let's be honest, you're living vicariously through your daughter. We all do
honey,
it.
I didn't need to. She is now living.
Just push her in the right direction.
Yep.
So she's like, no. So she started this like little itty bitty role, and then they kept like, hey, this person can't do it. Can you do? And then by the time like she had this like singing, dancing role.
Oh my gosh.
In Secret Garden.
Oh,
Okay.
that's a good one.
It was a great one. So anyway, then the bug bit.
Yep.
Yeah,
You know how
she's got
That's
it.
it.
I mean, and I told her, I said, it feels so good to be anybody you want. I mean, you could be anything.
Yes, on stage.
Anything.
Male or female.
Yes.
Male or female.
Apparently.
So, but it was,
Wow.
so this summer, Disney's Descendants
Yes.
Junior went into script, and so one stage picked it up, and my kids love that movie. Have you seen the movie?
No.
I have not.
No.
So it is about the children of like Belle,
Oh.
the Evil Queen, Snow White,
The Descendants.
So the descendants of them, and good and evil.
Okay.
Okay.
For some reason, I thought it was just the villains, but it's
No,
not.
it is
It's
not.
everybody.
No,
Okay.
like Prince Charming is in this. So
Should have auditioned.
you would have been great. Prince
Typecasted.
Charming.
It was junior though, so
It was
how did?
typecast.
But with COVID regulations, we were able to purchase the rights to have 18 and up.
Oh, 18 and
Oh,
up.
wow,
Okay.
okay.
So
I didn't know you had to do that separately.
Yeah,
Okay.
I guess. I mean, I didn't know either until
Yeah.
now. But so the kids loved that show.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And Trevor, my 9-year-old son, has always been like a little athlete, right? He's always, he plays baseball, whatever. But he loved The Descendants, and so Maddie's like, "Let's do it." And
You
I
did
said,
it as a family.
So, yeah. So
That's cool.
I was the evil queen. The one that put sleeping Snow White.
Snow White.
Yeah.
The apple.
Yeah, the apple, yes.
Yeah.
Creepy. And then Madison was Evie, my daughter.
Oh.
So we played mother-daughter in the play.
How fun.
And then
cool.
Trevor played Carlos, who was Cruella de Vil's son. He had never sang and danced ever.
What a
He got on
blast.
that stage and he killed
Lit it up.
it.
That's awesome.
But I just remember, like, it was, I don't want to say out of body experience, because I mean, but it was to have your kids
Yes.
on stage with you. And then at the end, at our bow, to go and take Madison's hand. And like, we were playing mother-daughter, and we were like mother-daughter in real life. And we got to go out there and really.
That is so fun.
I was
is cool.
amazing. No, it was
knew
just,
I liked her.
I hadn't done it in so long.
Yes.
And running a business and having a family and extracurriculars,
Oh yeah.
like, I loved community theater, but I didn't think that I could ever like step back into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when it was something that we could all do together, I was like, we're
Let's
in.
do it.
Let's do
That's
it. And
awesome.
it was so fun.
So
That's really
fun.
good.
So
I love that.
fun. My costume's hanging up in my closet.
She still has her costume.
I wear my
Wear
my
it
crown
once
every
in a
once
while.
Yeah. It's good times.
That's good.
Oh, that's good.
So I got to do it with my son and daughter. That's
Yes.
one of the
Isn't
reasons
it
why
amazing?
I didn't just
Same.
like walk in and be like,
Excuse me, you got any parts in this kid's musical for a dude that plays a woman?
so that was not
I'm
me.
so glad
But,
you
but
did
it was,
that.
It was,
amazing.
It was really
It
fun.
is just so fun.
It
Who
was
did
fun.
you do yours through? You were with one stage.
Park Avenue.
Park
Yes.
Avenue.
Park Avenue.
Okay,
Yes.
yeah, all really good. And then I just took my daughter to see Willy Wonka
At PCA.
over at PCA. There's just Prescott. There's
Yeah.
just good things
Yep.
all
There
the
are good
time
things.
going on.
It's a good time.
Family things.
So you, you're gonna like this transition.
Okay,
Yes.
you
So
got
you
it.
said you had theater in your blood.
I did.
What else was in your blood that you
Yeah.
didn't know about?
Oh, good segue.
The dark, that was a good segue.
Uh-huh.
And it's a little dark.
It
Going
was
from
a-
an evil queen to a cancer patient.
Yes.
No, I was at age 29 diagnosed with stage 3 melanoma. So, in the summer of 2013, my husband noticed a mole on my back that had started changing. And
Yeah.
that is a really, really, really big deal in cancer.
Yeah.
If you see things changing, evolving, that means there's something going on in your body.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was starting to look kind of weird. And he said, I think that you should. And I was like, it's just a mole.
Yeah.
It's fine. And then
Lesson
it
learned.
was not
Yeah.
just a mole. So I saw a doctor. They referred me to a dermatologist. The dermatologist said, let's biopsy that. When that was done, they said 7 to 10 days for the results, and it was 2 days later, and I got the phone call. Like, and you remember that phone call.
Oh,
I remember exactly where I
imagine.
was standing. I remember exactly the words that came out of my mouth, and then like you go like blurry.
Yes.
Like what now?
Yes, my stepdad died of pancreatic cancer. I can remember where I was
Yep,
standing
see?
when he called me to tell everything.
Yeah.
The smell in the kitchen, everything.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Traumatic.
it is. And it just leaves that kind of impression, on you. So, made the appointment. The dermatologist made the appointment for the oncology appointment.
Oh, wow.
And at that point, Trevor was almost a year.
Just a baby.
And, yeah, he was a baby. And Madison was 6. They're 5 years apart. So it was just, my husband he was in the service in the Air Force, and he was able to take a desk job during that time because I couldn't.
Bless his
I just
heart.
couldn't. I was going to scans and blood draws, and it was all the time.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then we had, the tumor removed, found out that it had gone to my lymph nodes. Then we had to have the lymph nodes removed. I had some incredible doctors. They found out that now the tumor was genetic. So BRAF positive is a gene that breast cancer patients carry as well.
Wow.
So there's that coincide. I heard of a study that was done that women with breast cancer are on now high watch for melanoma and vice versa. So I'm doing mammograms, at 30 years old.
Yes.
Wow.
So we just wanted to stay, up on all of the things.
Yes.
And is that something that they just tested for automatically? Was that gene, or was there something suspicious about that particular type that they're like, maybe it's genetic, or is it just sort of like a standard
I think
now?
it was a little bit odd that I hadn't been a sun worshiper.
Okay.
Yeah. That's automatically where my mind goes.
Sure.
You spent too much time in the sun.
Sure.
Right.
I tan very easily. I don't burn. So I think it was kind of a, So when the University of Denver called and they said, "Can we have your tumor?" I thought, well, I was going to take it home with me. But
I don't know if
I
I
don't
want to
know.
share that.
and we want to genetically test it. So that was when
Okay.
we found out that
Gotcha.
that I was BRAF positive, and became like just high alert. The immunotherapies back then were trials, and I didn't want to be sick raising my children. So my doctors were incredible, and they said, "Tesia, let's just put you on high watch. Let's do scans." The first year was every 3 months, and then 4 months, and then 6 months, and then I do annual PET scans, just everything to keep, because a scan doesn't pick up on cancer cells unless there's a crap ton of them. I don't want to give you a number, but I think it's like 1 million or more that has to be clustered
mass,
together,
right,
in order for them to find something. So when things move rapidly, we have to be on top of it.
Okay.
So that was kind of the journey up until then.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now, what does your husband do in the Air Force?
So he was security forces. He was a cop.
Okay.
And so when he did a tour in Afghanistan, when Trevor wasn't born yet. Maddie was 3. So he missed like all of age 3.
Oh, wow.
So when he was back for Trevor, said, "Ooh, this is gonna be fun."
We're the 3s.
Welcome here. But he did some incredible things in Afghanistan. Did some really, he's an incredible man. He's an
I
incredible
love
guy.
that.
And is he
I like
is he
that
still
you're bragging
active?
on him.
He's not. So
Okay.
we served almost 8 years.
Yeah.
He signed for 6, and then I got sick. So for us to come to Luke, he put in a very important phone call, and to the Pentagon, and they said, and they said, "We'll take you to Luke. We'll put you on hardship orders. We'll get you to Luke."
Wow.
Where Arizona was. I mean, this is where we were born and raised. This was the closest Air Force base that we could get, and we had family in the valley that could help, watch Trevor or whatever while I was going to appointments.
Wow.
But we had to extend for 2.5 years in order to get to Luke.
Oh, bless his
Oh,
heart.
wow.
Yeah, so then we were there for just 8.
Gotcha.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
Wow.
amazing.
And then, so during your time in that part of Arizona,
Yes.
you kind of begin to get into or have some spray tanning done yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
So
How'd you end up with a business?
so we're in the Valley of the Sun.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I'm thinking, I can't wear shorts.
Ah.
Like, I can't, you know. I just didn't feel good. You know, I felt I was depressed. You know,
Yeah,
didn't feel
and inside a lot.
Yeah, and so I looked up spray tanning, and this lady in Surprise was doing it. I went and saw her several times, and she said, "Hey, would you like to try to do this?" And I said, yeah.
Yes, please.
This is incredible. So I worked for her for a while, and then my husband got out of the service. And we knew we wanted to come back to Prescott and raise our kids.
Why wouldn't you? Yeah.
And my husband was like, "Why don't you open up your own business?"
Good
I
for
was like,
him.
well, and I like totally pushed back. Ray, I said, "No, I'm not going to do this. This is not, no. And he's like, "No, you
love
really
that.
should.
Oh.
Like, if you don't press the purchase button, I'm going to press it."
Oh, I love that. My hubby's like that
There's some
too.
equipment,
He's
huh?
like, do
Yeah,
it.
so there's some
Go
equipment
for
that's involved.
it. Yeah.
So we did it, and I started like just friends and family, and then some mobile stuff here and there, and word of mouth in this town. is
Golden.
everything. It's
I
everything.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and you,
Especially you being from here. Did
Sure.
all like your high school friends were like, I'll do it?
yeah,
Sign me up.
because I do feel like even though you leave,
Yeah.
you come back.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
There's so many people that have come back that we've
Definitely.
talked to. Yeah.
Yeah, you'll go like do your thing, and it's like it's a calling back
It
to
is,
Prescott.
especially when you have kids too.
Yeah,
You're
for
like,
sure.
I want them to have that childhood.
So, and then they
Yeah.
start talking to their friends, and their friends are talking to their friends, and before you know it,
Yes.
5 years later,
You
we're
have
looking at
700. How
about
many
700 clients in our software right now.
Wow.
So, they're not all like every day no one sprays every day. But they're not regular monthly clients. A lot of them are
Yeah.
event clients.
That's a
So
good question, though. How
Yeah.
often can you do it?
You can do it
like once a week.
So it's
or-
really cool because everyone's skin is different,
Uh-huh.
and we do kind of shed our skin not like a snake, but
Yeah.
it exfoliates itself off. And
Right.
some clients are
Not like a snake, although
I don't know.
I have met a few people
Yes.
that are snake-like.
but they so anywhere from like 7 to 10 days is average.
Okay.
Those clients that shower and shave every single day
Okay.
are going to get less time. So your clients that don't,
Yeah.
there's no judgment.
Thank you. Because I'm thinking you were looking at me
I
kind of
was
funny.
I was thinking,
Like,
yeah.
what?
But
What does she know?
What does she know? Trust me, I know. But it's on average, regular clients come in every couple weeks.
Okay.
Okay. So I think there's definitely a stigma that this is just
Sure.
for ladies,
It's not.
and it's not. So
No.
do you have male clients?
Well, you know of people that have sprayed, right?
Yes.
Male.
Well, I don't know if they sprayed with you, but
No,
yes.
no, that's true. So yes, there
Yes,
is.
but we also mocked him relentlessly.
In the firehouse.
And then
the
you had
firehouse.
to eat your words.
But he also looked really good.
Yes.
See, he
see?
looked really
and
good.
he didn't look orange or bronzed.
No, brassy. They
Brassy.
call it- Yeah.
Brassy.
Brassy.
You
Brassy's
wanna
the
look
proper
bronze.
term.
the word.
Bronzed is
Bronzed
good.
is good.
Brassy's
Orange is a
bad.
four-letter.
Adonis.
It's not a four-letter.
It's
word,
enough.
but it's.
We're
You
not
got
going to
to.
go
I
there,
said I was
please.
a theater major, not a math major.
That's right.
But no, orange is not. We don't say that.
No.
Okay.
We say brassy.
Same with
Brassy.
hair.
Or
You don't
unnatural.
want your blonde to look brassy.
Exactly. Right.
That's the thing.
If you went
Oh.
into a hairstylist and said my hair looks orange, they'd be like,
Brassy's the word.
brassy.
Brassy. Brassy.
So yeah, it's it's for everybody. I have
Okay.
clients that are little pageant babies that are
Yes.
6 and 7 years old, and I've got dancers that are 9 and 10 years old.
Yeah.
Up to I had the sweetest. She was 76 years old. She was going on a cruise. She came in with her daughter, and
Yes.
everybody tan.
My mom has been spray
cool.
tan. She's 82.
See.
Wow.
Yes.
See?
She
So-
likes a
There you
good
go.
spray tan.
Yes. So there is
for
a stigma,
everybody.
and I think I was reading an article, and it was saying, "Good for you for being in a business that is booming." With such a stigma against it. You know what
yeah.
I mean? Because we really do. I have to fight. I think I probably get at least 2 to 3 texts a week saying, "You're not going to make me orange, right? Please don't make me orange.
No.
Don't make me orange."
No.
So there is this like really horrible stigma.
Yeah.
Yes.
And, spray tans should be like facelifts. Where you don't really know. You think you look
Right.
really, really great.
Yes.
But
Yes. Unless you're
something's
Joan
a little
Rivers.
different. Well,
Then it's
yeah,
not good.
Exactly.
Okay.
But
You
yes,
know.
just a little.
And I
See,
think-
we're here. I want just this right
Just a
here. Just
little
this
bit of-
little, my jowls right there. I
So-
just, doop. You would never know.
You wouldn't know because you can't even tell now.
But I think the way you do it also helps to not turn out brassy.
Right.
So give us a little bit of
The how.
Yeah, the how.
How does
Okay.
it go?
So
Because it's not a machine where you.
no, it's not a machine.
This
stand
is what
up.
this is what I think.
It's
in
not.
It
It's
is
not.
what I see.
It's not. It's
It
not
used to be.
TSA.
It used to be.
Yeah. Well,
Didn't
and
it?
there are still booths.
Okay.
There are still booths.
But you don't do that.
I don't have that in my space.
Is the booth automatic?
Yes.
What?
Yeah.
Yes.
So I think in my head that makes it hard.
Did you not see the episode of Friends?
Yeah, where Ross
With
doesn't know how to count to 3.
Ross comes
Yeah, I
in
guess
to
I
get a
missed that
spray
one.
tan. Oh my gosh, it's
My
hilarious.
bad.
It's a good one. Look
Yeah.
it up on YouTube.
Yes,
where you
definitely.
can find this podcast.
Right.
See?
Where you,
I
oh,
got you.
that
Good
was
tie-in.
good.
You're
Good tie-in.
But it's
Your
I
process.
take time to talk to the client when they come in, assess their skin tone, their skin type, whether they are super dry or not.
Yeah.
Do you tan easily? Do you not tan easily? Then I can customize a solution to go on your skin so that you look incredible, not brassy.
Or cheap.
Or cheap.
Yeah.
And I think
Should
that
we
it just
say
has such a bad stigma,
Yes.
Yeah.
And so it doesn't have to be that way. And
Okay,
You,
that's really
you
cool.
have brick and mortar.
I do. So I
Down
rent a
on-
little space. I don't need a ton. It's just the two of us.
Yeah.
Inside Strata Salon off of Willow Creek Road and 12th Place.
But you can also go mobile.
I do mobile parties.
Mm-hmm.
Usually that's bachelorette parties, bridal parties. That they all get together.
Yes.
And then they just pop in and out with their service, and then they process for a few hours, rinse off, and then they're tan in the morning.
How long does it
Oh.
actually take? Like if I was walking through your doors,
Yes.
start
so
to finish,
I book a first-time client's appointment for 30 minutes.
because you want to get to know them.
I don't want them to film. It is a little bit nerve-wracking.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Okay.
You're walking in, you can't spray in this.
Right.
So, kind of get their guard down, relax. Hey, do you want a cup of coffee?
Few
Do you have any
drinks.
Let's pop the champs. Champs.
I don't
Is
know.
it
Challinor.
I
like
can't
chocolate?
afford
Champagne.
it, so it doesn't matter.
Champagne.
and
Challinor
then
champagne.
once they start, you can see they're, they can get they get comfortable,
Yes.
and we're talking. And
How could they not with you?
thanks,
You're
friend.
so personable.
I would. That's how I would want to be treated.
Yes,
Yeah.
me too.
If I were to come in and be like, I need to take my clothes off.
Right.
And you're going to turn on lights.
Yes.
Like, you don't do this in the dark. Like I would want, that's how I would want to be treated.
And you kind of do the spray.
So it's done with an airbrush.
Yeah, with an airbrush.
An
Thank you.
HBLP to be exact.
Hey,
Wow.
nice. High volume, low pressure.
That's right. Look at
Wow.
you.
It's not just another pretty face.
No.
No. Swazi phone.
Swazi. Susie
Susie
phone.
phone.
Susie,
Anyway.
what do you play?
I know it's bad.
Jer.
Jer. So, but it really is the process. Taking your clothes off to putting them back on.
Yes.
It's a good thing you're not
Yes.
nearsighted as well.
No,
Uh-huh.
no,
That's good.
no. It's
Have
good.
to get up and close and personal.
Very close and personal. Is 15 minutes.
Oh, that's lovely.
That's awesome.
In and out.
And what is it? Can I just say about there is definitely something within us where we feel better being bronzed.
Yeah.
I
A little bit of, and
I don't know what it is,
I
but
have very fair-skinned clients that come in, and just that little bit of
Just
color.
a little
It's
bit of
like
color.
Spray and confidence.
it is. And I think for those of us middle-aged and are starting to see
You are not middle-aged.
some dips and compressions, shall we say.
Gravity hits hard sometimes.
It makes you feel better, even though
It does.
you may have put on a few. I'm just saying.
No, it does.
Being tan, it really does. It
does.
gives you an air of confidence.
It's very,
I don't know
very
why,
true.
but it's a-
men and women alike.
There you go.
It's a
Yeah.
thing.
Everyone likes it.
Okay, so here's a question that just popped in my little head.
Oh boy.
If you got a hairy dude,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like, does he shave?
There's a lot of drying that goes involved.
Okay.
So if they normally shave what you normally shave.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. But the solution that comes out of the gun comes out in little teeny tiny air follicles or molecules, right?
Yeah.
And so what happens is you can see on very, very hairy, you can see it
Just-
stick to the hair.
Right.
Okay.
So there is a different technique to spray
Do you
hairy.
fluff it?
To fluff. No, it's not fluffing. There's no fluffing.
Okay.
No, that was Jer's word, not mine. There's no fluffing. You can find that in my training DVD. No, I'm joking.
On YouTube.
On YouTube.
Where you can find
Where
this
you can find
podcast.
us as well. But lots of drying. So I take the hose that's hooked to the compressor off of the gun, and there's a lot of drying so that things don't get
She
smeared.
does it all.
Oh.
No,
She
I'm a
does it
I
all.
really, I
You are a
hate to say a
pro.
perfectionist. I just,
No, that's
I
important,
want,
though.
I
Yes,
want
it
the
is.
tan to not look like that tan that has the stigma against it.
Yes.
Right.
And I have
So
not seen that.
especially when a man comes in, they're like, I don't want anybody to know.
Right.
Don't like, my wife made me come in, and then like it's the checking the tan line and like looking at his
Yes.
wife and looking at the mirror and then looking at his tan line again. And
Yes.
it's like,
I like a good tan
see you.
line.
I see you.
Yes.
Like that it's gone. That he doesn't have a tan
No,
line.
now he has a tan
you
line.
want a tan
No.
line.
You want a tan line?
Well,
Yeah,
not
you
okay.
wanna- yes.
So remember rules and boundaries.
Yes.
There
Yes.
are rules and boundaries.
I'm now intrigued.
So
Right.
men have to wear undergarments.
Yes. Just wear your
Yes.
trunks. What you're going to
so
wear.
They're
what
noticing
you're...
the difference.
And
Yeah.
of where they were
Where they
versus
were
where,
and
because
where
I
they
think that we
are.
don't realize how fair complected we are until you've gone 4 shades
Gotcha.
darker.
Until you
Okay,
see.
okay.
Yeah.
So they're seeing the contrast.
Yes.
And being like,
Yeah.
oh, yeah, I don't look this way, but I
Exactly.
really like the
Or
way
they're
that I
like,
look.
I thought I was tan already,
And
we're
now,
like,
Ooh,
now
yeah,
look at
okay.
me.
yeah, that's what happens.
Okay, now I'm with you.
All right.
Now I'm with you.
Yes.
Okay.
I love
Good.
it. Oh man, sign me up. I'm ready for a session.
Desirable.
So
Are
yes.
you?
Yes,
It's
I
Good. I am
am.
not.
I'm really kind
We
of
could do
done
that
with
on
the
your
sun.
YouTube channel.
Yeah, yes, we could.
Look at that.
We could spray tan Jeremy.
We could.
That would be
Jer.
fun. Yeah.
Oh,
Cheer.
my God.
Swallow that coffee. Swallow it up.
Good. So, and then with the kids.
Do you have another segue?
You all,
And then he's just
Children.
moving right along.
and faith-based.
Right.
And then
What was that?
I don't know. You've lost me.
look at her.
These women. See, I lost that one too.
Okay, I'm gonna
There's
have to,
no segue.
I'm gonna have to take over.
You are.
Okay.
There was
and so
something.
now just tell us as we kind of try and wrap this up and bring this to a close.
Yes.
Tell us, I mean, you've got your business here, raising your kids here. What is it that you just love about Prescott? Because we really started this podcast because we love Prescott. We're transplants.
Yeah, that's
but
allowed.
you guys have, you've loved on
Thank
us.
you.
You've allowed
So
us.
gracious.
It's everybody's hometown. What is it that's
Well,
just
it's my hometown, but
It-
I'll share it.
Thank
I'll
you.
share it.
You're such a giver.
I am.
That just makes this quintessential Prescott the love of your life. What is it?
You
that
know,
makes
it really is this tight-knit community.
Yeah.
And I think, transplant or not, we all are making up Prescott.
Yeah.
And so, whether, you're going to this church or this play or this community theater or this high school or it's like there's this really great sense of community.
Yeah.
And we are a small town,
Yeah.
but there's a lot of us.
Right.
And it's always that you can see somebody in the store and be like, oh, your grandmother went to church with my mom's
Yes.
sister's aunt and it's it's this feeling that I wanted to instill in my kid. This we're a hometown.
Yeah.
I don't care if you're from Prescott or Prescott Valley or Chino. This is where I want to be.
Yeah.
It's this draw back
Yeah.
to Prescott that, walking downtown, or we were, my husband and I went downtown. We were walking our dogs and they're putting up the Christmas lights.
Yes, I saw
It's
that
all
too.
of
crazy,
these
yeah.
things that like
Just all anticipation
it's all of my life.
Yes.
You went to the courthouse lighting,
Yes.
or when we were in high school, we would cruise up and down downtown. Like there's just
Yes.
certain things that it just holds a very special place in my heart.
Wow, I
cool.
love that.
No,
Yeah.
it is. It has that charm and that thing, like the Four Seasons,
Yes.
especially.
We were talking,
Yes.
we love fall.
It's
Fall is my
really
best.
cool. And we have fall colors right now, and people
Yeah.
don't think about that. I just was in Texas, and people are asking about Arizona and
Sure.
things, and trying to describe Prescott. And honestly, it was with a guy who lives in Phoenix. He's never been up.
What?
And I'm like, dude, it's like super close, and it's
Yeah.
not the valley, so
Right.
come on up. And I think that's one of the draws for me is that you do have these really cool seasons. You have these times where you
Yeah.
can be outside as a family. There's a lot of
Totally.
community still.
Yeah.
That I think that aspect that you're talking about, people do know each other, and if they don't, like they're willing to take a
To
minute
say hi.
to say
Absolutely.
hey.
They
and
are.
so that's really cool. And I do want my kids to experience what community is. I want them to know people around them and for us to know like who they're with and all of this kind of stuff. And it's honestly, it's possible here. And it's one of the aspects that makes Prescott great.
Yep.
So.
Well, and my daughter has been to 8 different schools and is in freshman.
Oh my word.
Because we were military.
Oh,
so we would move like
yeah.
from this town to this town. I mean, we stayed in the general vicinity, but it was, my husband deployed, so we came back.
Right.
And then he came back, so we went back.
Right.
So, and then he got out of the service in the middle of a year. So like in January. So at winter break, I said, Maddie, let's just stay here in Surprise. Let's finish out this school year, and then we'll go to Prescott. No. Wherever Nick went, she wanted to be there.
Aww.
But she's this very well-rounded, incredible young woman. She's incredible. She's a lot like me. I'm joking.
Apple
I'm
tree.
not. But Trevor doesn't understand that, like, go with the flow mentality. Nick would be at a function or he wouldn't for Madison. He was either in training or he was working, and you don't just take days off when you're in the military.
No.
Right.
So, when Nick can't go to a ball game of Trevor's, I mean, it's like the end of the world. Well, Maddie's like, if I have to do it on my own, I do it on my own. Like,
right.
And so when we got out of the service, I wanted to give her roots.
Yes.
I see people that I went to school with in elementary school at Safeway.
I love that.
Right?
Yeah.
So she didn't know what that was
like. Yeah.
And so when we got back, it was like, we're going to stay here. I'm not going to move her again.
Yeah.
We're going to stick with it.
So good
down some
place to
roots.
do it. Love it.
And so I kind of remembered one of the thoughts I had earlier, but I think that's part of like what you do and what you're passionate about is that it's not just something that people get. Like you're not just paying for something, just, okay, it's done. Like there is that community aspect where they're feeling comfortable. There's like that individualized thing of like, I'm going to find out exactly what you need for you. And that's what sets a good business apart. And that's what sets a good community apart is where it's not just a product that we're putting on the shelf so that you can take and be like everybody else. And so I think that's honestly that aspect of Prescott is that it's not just a one size fits all kind of thing. And people are here to really enrich the community. That's why we have such a diverse segment of the arts, and for a town this size to have the amount of arts and the quality of arts that we do, and then just some of the other things that people can get involved in. It is because people do care about the community that we live in. So I think it's really cool. And then you were mentioning, Ray, that there's a potential for a giveaway or something? Or what are we doing?
Yes,
what are we doing
we
today?
haven't done that yet on our podcast. And because I love my friend and what she does and what she represents, and that your business was birthed out of something that you went through, and that you do build relationships with they're not clients. They really are friends.
They really are.
Yes.
Yeah,
Because I know a lot of your friends that come to your business, and they really are your friends.
Yeah, they really are.
Yeah.
They
and
really
so,
are.
and I love that. And so I want to promote that. So I thought that we could do like a little, for the first 10 people that mention the Getting Together podcast that want to be spray tanned.
I would love to have them in.
Okay.
Give them a discount.
Yeah, I think 10%.
I think a 10% discount's good.
I think we could do that.
And then if they, I've got little surprise gifts that I can give too.
That would be nice. So for the first 10 that call, make appointments, and mention
the podcast.
I got you now.
That's awesome.
Mention the podcast. Tell us how much you love it.
Yes.
You are good for us.
I appreciate it. No, I think that we should love on them too.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I'm down.
Yes.
Well, that's really cool.
10% off and a little special gift.
Lovely.
On
Cheers
me.
to that.
Cheers.
Okay.
Excellent. And we'll make sure to have all the links and phone numbers and things, how people can contact.
Yeah.
Beautiful
Make
you, spray
appointments.
tanning.
Yes. Yes.
Very good.
Okay. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us for this episode of Getting Together. And we are at the porch. I don't think we mentioned it this time around, but we are just always about community conversation and coffee, is good coffee, which is what the porch is all about. So come on down to the porch on Montezuma Street. We are here on Mondays recording. And if you have a story, if you are about this community as well, we'd love to talk to you, to interview you. So come on down, see what we do, and maybe have the chance to be a part. So thanks again for joining us, and we'll see you on the next one.
Bye.